Alrighty, let's see. Checking the audio real quick. Alrighty, let's see. Checking the audio real quick. Alrighty, it seems like you guys could hear me. Let's see what we got. Alright, let me move the screen around a little bit here. Unable to connect to chat. Welcome to live. Recommended to your participants. Why unable to connect to chat? Let me see. Can I message on here? I see there's 2 viewers right now. If you're able to chat, please shoot something in the chat. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect the chat. Unable to connect the chat. I wonder if you guys are on here but not able to send a message. If you're on, please send a message just so I could confirm. Here, I'm gonna try. Can't ever do this without having issues, huh? Let me switch. Alrighty guys, today we're going to be talking about the holidays, for those of you that are on already. Still technically got 2 minutes before it starts. I always try to get on a little bit early because it seems like I always have some issue. Okay. Alright, so I can see Hunter on my phone, but for whatever reason, the streaming software is not connecting to the chat. I wonder if I could reset it. Hi, Hunter. Welcome. Pop chat out. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, cool. I've never actually done this. So you can pop the chat out. Restore chat. Alright, so for whatever reason on here, the chat doesn't work. But if I pop it out, it does work. Alright. I guess we're going to have to keep it popped out. Alright, so once again, welcome to the live. So let's talk holidays, everything that we've done so far and what's left. You know, the year has passed quickly. Real quick. It's almost over. Got New Year's and Christmas right around the corner. And right now we are celebrating the holiday Christmas time on the channel. All the content is Christmas and holiday related, mostly Christmas. Just like last 2 months, the previous 2 months, we were doing a lot of the haunt season stuff. You know, I like to be, I guess, season specific on the channel. I like to indulge and enjoy what's going on. Today I wanted to do things a little different. I hope I'm seeing other people on the chat here. I hope I'm not missing. Skip drive. Year right, the audio sounds okay. If anybody else has joined, please message in the chat, because I'm trying to make sure that the chat function is actually working. I see Hunter messaged, and I see some of my random messages that I was using just to test it, but that is all. I don't see anybody else's. All right, I see Fireball. Okay, perfect. So the chat seems to be working. Okay, guys, welcome back to another video, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do one of those. This is live. We're just chilling. But yeah, that's kind of ingrained in me now. Now I'm so used to like starting my videos like that and ending them the way that I do, which you guys know. On this chat, I do want to do it a little bit different. So the last couple of live streams that we've done, I've basically taken down notes and, you know, talking points. I still have talking points, but today I have them in my head because I want to open up the floor. I have a lot of fun engaging with you guys in the chat, answering your questions. So these questions don't necessarily all have to be just about the holiday season, although we will be talking a lot about what we've done and what we're planning to do. They could also be, you know, if you have any questions for me, I enjoy greatly when I'm in the parks or just out and about doing my videos, and I get an opportunity to interact with one of the viewers. Honestly, you have no idea how much that means to me. It hits me right in the feels. And some of you viewers have really surprised me with how much appreciation you've hit me with when I see you out and about. So, you know, if you have any questions, because I don't get an opportunity to see everybody, obviously, please ask me in these live streams. This is the perfect opportunity. You know, be appropriate, obviously, but you know, if you have any questions about me personally, I've had some people ask me like what I do and things of that nature. I'm open to it. And today we do have a special little unboxing. So this was the packing slip. I removed it. King's Dominion was kind enough to actually send me a media package. I don't know what's in there. It's still sealed, as you can see. Okay, all I did was I removed the packing slip so my address wasn't on there, but I have not opened it. So it's taped right here. You can see there's tape right there. So it has not been opened. We're going to be opening that later on today on the channel or on the live stream. Let's see. Vintage Fan Collector. Hi, Eddie. King's Dominion is my home park. Oh, awesome. It's my home park as well. And today we're going to be having a fun little unboxing, specifically from King's Dominion. So they sent me a media package. I asked them if it was okay if I opened it on the live stream, and they said absolutely. Also take some pictures, post it on Instagram. So I will be doing that. I'm going on Friday to ride Dominator for the first time. So it's your local park, but you've never ridden Dominator. Interesting. Have you ridden Intimidator 305 or Twisted Timbers? Also to ride Twisted Timbers and Delirium. So is it going to be your first time riding Twisted Timbers? Vintage Fan Collector 2021. Yep. Damn, that's awesome. So it's your local park. I'm assuming just recently became your local park, or maybe you just recently started going to the parks. I highly recommend get on Twisted Timbers. Unfortunately, Intimidator 305 is closed during Winterfest, but when you get a chance, they're reopening back in, I think, March. And I think the calendar is already up. I need to actually do a video about that. Make sure to check out Intimidator 305. One of the craziest roller coasters in the U.S., and I think it's called like the most extreme roller coaster in the U.S. And it definitely lives up to that as far as like my experience with roller coasters so far. Hey, the Howling Hour, welcome. Welcome, senor. Who is it? The Howling Hour that's here today, or is it Batman? Is it Santa? I don't know. You ready to be edutained? Edutain me. You know, that's what I live for, just to edutain you, man. Fellow Boo Bro, by the way. So the Howling Hour, if you guys don't know, fellow Boo Bro, if you guys don't know about the Boo Bros, we're a collaboration channel aside from mine, where several other creators come together on one channel and give you a ton of content throughout the U.S., from East Coast to West Coast and everywhere in between. The Howling Hour happens to be one of the fellow Boo Bros, so make sure to check his channel out. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you support me, I would greatly appreciate it if you supported him and the other content creators on there as well. Hunter Castleberry. I want to go to King's Dominion's Halloween Haunt. You said hunt, but I know what you meant. Haunt since 2019. I want to go. Okay. I love going to King's Dominion for their haunt. So have you gone? Their haunt is impeccable. So I had gone to their haunt. This is obviously not what we were talking about. The holidays. When we say the holidays, typically the Halloween holidays and the haunt holidays get their own separate time, and then the holiday time is like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I hadn't been in a really long time, and Halloween Haunt this year did not disappoint, and it was basically like cut in half from my understanding in the past, and I have been in the past, I just can't recollect it because it was like back in high school and I'm old. They had up to like 9 or 10 houses, and the 5 houses that they had this year were impeccable. And I'm going to be trying to keep up with your chat, so if I don't answer your question, please just repeat the question. I apologize. I'm still getting used to doing this, but I'm really enjoying interacting with you guys. My favorite, all right, so Vintage Fan Collector 2021. My favorite coaster at Busch Gardens is Apollo's Chariot, and you and I share that, my friend. That's my favorite coaster as well. I do love Verbolten, but as far as like an overall experience of a ride, Apollo's Chariot is hard to beat. Those Airtime Hills are amazing, and also the view that you get of the park. With Verbolten, you get a pretty cool view of the like canal system, but with Apollo's Chariot, you get a really cool view of like the water out in the distance, which is really cool. LOL, all the above. I got you, Rob. Okay, guys. So let me start off with talking about a couple of things that I've done. Actually, I'll address this next one because it looks a little long, and I'm a slow reader. So Vintage Fan Collector 2021. My favorite roller coaster at Busch Gardens is Apollo's Chariot, Tempesto, Griffin, Alpengeist, Invader, Pantheon. Least favorite, Verbolten. Loch Ness. You know, Loch Ness is really rough. I love Verbolten. I think Verbolten is a hell of an experience. I wish from an experience perspective they would bring back more of those. And I did see today announce that they are replacing Dark Castle potentially with another dark ride, which is extremely exciting because Dark Castle was one of my favorite rides at the park. But I agree to a certain degree with your lineup of favorite coasters, aside from the fact that you do not, or I mean, you say least favorite, maybe you still like it, but it's just the last in your list of favorites. Apollo or Verbolten. I would have to say Verbolten is probably my second favorite. It would probably go Apollo's Chariot, just to randomly throw this out for you, to do a comparison. Apollo's Chariot, Verbolten, Griffin, Invader, Escape from Pompeii, Alpengeist. Alpengeist, then Escape from Pompeii. And yeah, Loch Ness would have to be down at the bottom. I do like riding the ride. It's a really cool ride. It's historic. It actually adds to a really cool ambience in the middle of the park. You know, that coaster track looks amazing in the middle of the park, but unfortunately it is an older ride and it's kind of rough. So the times that I've ridden it's kind of hurt me. Let's see. And my favorite Snoopy ride at King's Dominion is Flying Ace, not confused with the balloon race. Gotcha. My favorite ride is Griffin. I rode it 12 times. 12 times recently? Wow. All right. Let me buckle down and talk a little bit about what I came to talk about. And we'll continue to address questions throughout the way. So as far as like what's happened this holiday season, and a lot has already happened. And we've experienced a lot. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out on the channel. I've put out a good amount of Busch Gardens content, a good amount of King's Dominion's content. If you guys can't tell, I love the crowd, the audience that comes from those two parks. Really appreciate you guys. So I want to make sure that I give back to you guys. So although I do want to mix up the channel, I don't want all my content to be one specific park. And I think that's evident in the content that I put out because I do Universal Studios, Disney, King's Dominion, Busch Gardens. I did Cedar Point, and many more that I'm going to look to add next year. Hopefully go to Dollywood and a couple other parks as well. We've been enjoying our visits, but so far we started off this year with Busch Gardens. For whatever reason, Busch Gardens does seem to be the one that, you know, hits the mark first as far as who opens first for all these holiday events. With both Howl-O-Scream and Christmas Town, they both opened before King's Dominion, which is perfectly fine. Actually, I could tell that King's Dominion, what they wanted to do was take their time and prepare the event a little bit more so that it was ready to open. Busch Gardens has like a preliminary setup that they have, and then if you go back, you'll notice that they keep building on it. The event tends to get better and better the more you visit. They add more things, more lights, more shows, more food venues, and that's happened. It's been very evident in my visits. I think now Busch Gardens, have I been to Busch Gardens twice or 3 times? I can't recall, but it's been multiple times. I can tell you that much. And Busch Gardens, one thing that they have is amazing shows. I expect to go back for their Christmas shows. Their light setup is really cool. Just overall, walking through Busch Gardens, it's a beautiful park. You're out in the what feels like the wilderness, but you also are experiencing all these different countries as you go through. And then to see them transformed into Christmas. Not only just transformed into Christmas, but transformed into Christmas after having seen them as a scare zone is ultimately one of the coolest things ever. Having been such a frequent visitor to the park, it's really cool to see how they transform the park event by event and how well they take you out of one immersion into another immersion. Busch Gardens has done a really good job this year with all their events. I enjoyed Howl-O-Scream, and I'm enjoying Christmas Town. We definitely will be heading back to Christmas Town a few more times. As a annual pass holder, which I am, they do give you a Christmas ornament during specific times. And right now, it's one of those times that the ornament is available, and I haven't been able to return, but I want my darn ornament so I can put it up on the tree. But Christmas Town was amazing. We went the first night. All we did was just go take a look at the lights, walk around, enjoy the park. Monique and I went, we indulged in some food and whatnot. But for the most part, we were just there to take in the sights, which there is a lot to be seen. And we didn't even get to do half of the park. I think we only did half of the park. Then I went back and I did the show. So I think I've only been to Busch Gardens this year so far twice for their holiday season, Christmas holiday season. And the second time we went back and we did the shows. I have not given shows enough attention in the past, so I wanted to make sure that this time around I did so. And I'm going to stop really quick, just make sure that the chat isn't getting too far ahead of me. No, we're still right around the same place. My favorite ride is Griffin. I rode it 12 times. Guys, make sure, continue to chat. I appreciate it. We'll go back and forth. And I keep, I hate when it's filler. But, so we went back, we did the shows. If you're going to do the shows, one of the things that you have to do is you have to make sure that you give yourself enough time. And come with a plan of attack, because the shows are great, but navigating from one to another could be time consuming, and making sure that you're available for one at a specific time. It's not like every show starts one after another. Some of them overlap, some of them start at later hours, so you'll have gaps. So having a plan of attack will really help you out. I didn't have much of a plan of attack. I did want to tell myself that I wanted to do 3 shows, and I only ended up doing 2. So we definitely got to go back, because those 2 shows that we saw were impressive. We ended up seeing Scrooge No More, which is the classic telling of A Christmas Carol. The actors did amazing. The guy playing Scrooge was great. And you could tell he was a young guy, but he had been make-upped up to look like an older man. Also, the theater that we watched it in is the first theater when you walk into Busch Gardens on the left-hand side. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, by the way. And the theater, I had never been inside of it. Impressive theater. I've watched in the past in the theater in Ireland. I don't know the names of the theaters, but the theater in Ireland, I watched what's the name of the show there? The Pew 2 is in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Ann and Tyler, welcome. I was just talking about all the things that I've done. Specifically right now, we're just talking about Christmas Town and the different times that I've gone back. Celtic Fire was the show that I watched in the theater in Ireland. And that show was amazing. I watched it back in August, and I wanted to go back and watch 3 shows, one of which being Celtic Fire, their Christmas show, first time ever that they actually, or Celtic Fire. I think somebody corrected me last time that I kept on saying Celtic Fire. They were like, it's not like the NBA team. You say it like Irish, so Celtic Fire, I believe, is the way that I'm supposed to pronounce it. So I apologize if I keep on saying Celtic. But that show is one that I wanted to see, but unfortunately, you know, like I said, you have to plan in advance. You have to prepare yourself for when you're going. Come with a plan of attack, and we will go back, and hopefully with a better plan of attack, because the shows that we saw were impressive. Like I said, Scrooge No More, without a doubt, the coolest show that I saw that night. And then we saw Among Us. No. Don't quote me on the name of the show, but the second show, if you're interested in knowing what show it was, go back and watch the vlog. When I went back and I did the shows, experienced the shows. So I only got to see 2 shows, but the 2 shows that I saw were amazing. One of them, a very like classic telling of a Christmas story, a Christmas Carol specifically, and it was like a stage. What's the terminology? See, this is how you can tell that this is a live stream, that I'm just going off the top of the noggin. It was like your classic, what is it? Musical. There we go. That's the word that I wanted. Musical. You know, so you have the actors acting things out while singing their acting, as opposed to the other show, Among Us, Upon Us. So, man, I really should do a better job of remembering these names. And I do this in the vlog too, if you guys haven't noticed. But that show was more of just like your classic singing of different Christmas songs. So kind of like carols, Christmas carols. But they did an amazing job. Both did an amazing job. And honestly, the guys singing the Christmas carols in that second show, I don't know how Busch Gardens did such a good job in collecting such talented vocalists. They were amazing. And then go back to Scrooge No More, their acting was impeccable. These guys knew how to command the stage. And then just overall, my experience going to Christmas Town, you know, having gone back for the shows, having gone there to just explore, it's been amazing. The event is one that I highly recommend, and we will be back. So if you guys do have anything that you want to see there, I'm planning to go back and maybe do something food related, you know, inspired by my friends in the chat, the Pew 2. You know, they do a lot of like Universal coverage. Unfortunately, I will not be at Universal this year for their holiday event, but if you are interested in seeing, you know, Universal and their holiday events, make sure to check out the Pew 2. I got a couple other friends as well that are part of the Boo Bros that cover it as well. Adrian from Losh TV, but the Pew 2 were just there recently, and you know, they do a great job, the Pew 2, with different like food related videos talking about different spots and whatnot. So that's something that I want to incorporate. I'm not sure how I could, you know, edify it, but something that I want to incorporate. Also, maybe go back and check out the merch, or maybe mix it into a like merch discovery / food vlog. I don't know. You know, obviously these aren't ideas that are completely new to me. You know, I'm taking inspiration from those around me, friends and people that I view. But also, if you guys give me some feedback, I'd be more than happy to go back to the parks and either incorporate something that you asked me, or make a full-blown video specifically on what you asked me, because I thought it was a great idea. Let's see. I'm going back to Busch Gardens next year to ride their new roller coaster, and I will be going back to their Christmas Town for sure. Hunter, if you're going back and you want to ride the roller coaster, know that right now Busch Gardens is actually running something with their annual pass members. So if you're an annual pass member and between now and the end of the year you visit at least 3 times or more, you are automatically entered into a possible like a raffle of being somebody who gets to go ride Pantheon before the general public. So they're gonna do like a general public. Sorry, something popped up. An email popped up, and I was doing a quick read. But before the general public, the pass members will be able to go watch ride Pantheon before everybody else. But it's only going to be a select few, and they're going to be chosen off of their frequency of visits between now and the end of the year, which I think is pretty cool. Incentivize you to utilize your annual pass, which really comes at no cost to you unless you're purchasing things at the park. And then you get this cool bonus because I believe also in addition to them inviting you to go ride Pantheon before everybody else, there's also going to be like refreshments and different things. So hopefully the channel is invited out, or my annual pass gets me out there. That'd be super cool. I'll make sure to cover Pantheon for you guys when it does open. I hope to see you there at Busch Gardens Christmas Town for sure. If you see me, say hi. I love when the audience says hi, and if I have goodies to give away, I do give them away. I'll show you something that I actually do try to carry very often. I just got a new order of it. I had ran out for a bit, so people who ran into me at the park weren't getting it. But I do have these like cool cards and buttons. I'll show you in just a second. Let me grab them. You saw my PJ pants. But these guys, I'll pull one out so you can see it. So I love these. They're awesome for viewers that show support. I could give you a button. I actually have seen some viewers wearing them. In addition to, if somebody asks me if I have a YouTube channel and what's my YouTube channel, instead of trying to spell edutainment, because I always get caught up in the length of the spelling, there's a QR code right there. They could just take a picture. Boom, and I'll put these away. All right, and soon, like I said, guys, we do have a box that was sent to us, a media box from King's Dominion, which we will be opening up. I don't know what's inside. It's still sealed, I promise. I wanted to open it up with you guys. It just arrived yesterday. I put it down in the basement and in the studio, and Monique said, "Are you crazy? How are you not opening this thing? I want to see what's inside." And I said, "No, I want to do it live." And I had been holding off on doing this live up till that box game because I knew it was coming. They told me in advance. So I'm excited to see what's in there. We'll open that shortly, but let's talk about the next thing that we did. So after going to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg for their Christmas Town event, having a great time. Hopefully you guys got to see that, and if you haven't, please go back and check it out. The support does help a lot. This is something that I want to grow, something that I have a passion for, something that I really enjoy running into you guys and hearing about your experience watching the channel. So the support is greatly appreciated. Make sure to keep supporting the channel, and I'll keep on putting out some content for you guys. But after that, actually in between going to King's Dominion and having gone to Busch Gardens, we ended up going to Bull Run Festival of Lights, which is another Northern Virginia offering for the Christmas time, and it's over in like Manassas area. So for me, about like an hour 20 from here. Sorry if that made a noise. I just bumped the mic. But about an hour 20 from here. And they have a really cool like drive-through event, and a lot of people had commented and said, due to COVID, that event existed, but that's not the case actually. So that event has been around for a really long time, ever since I moved to Northern Virginia like 13 years ago. So basically what it is this really cool local park, regional park here in Northern Virginia, which puts on a drive-through event at the end. There is like a carnival with food trucks and whatnot that you can enjoy. But really the like heart of the event is that drive-through. So you're driving through, there's reindeers, lighting that jumps over your car and all things of that nature. Unfortunately, when I did that video, my front windshield was so annoyingly like smudged, and I didn't notice before doing the video. So that really irked me, but hopefully you guys still enjoy the video. And if you haven't seen it, once again, go check it out. Bull Run Festival of Lights. Monique and I went to that one. Amazing. It was real cool. You know, it's not everything doesn't have to be this huge glamorous theme park. You know, you could mix in little things. Sometimes going to the theme parks all the time, it can be overwhelming. You know, and mostly if you go as frequently as I do, I have a huge passion for it. So it's not overwhelming for me, but I could see how that could be overwhelming for others. So, you know, all your visits don't have to be these big, glamorous, you know, hour-filled events of walking theme parks. It could be, you know, just checking out a local drive-through event for about an hour and head back home. Talk about it, you know, reminisce on how cool it was, and maybe revisit it if there was something that you thought was super cool. But Bull Run, Festival of Lights, super cool. I think it ended up being like $25 because we went the opening night. But it averages somewhere around like $30 to $50, and it's per vehicle. So if you're going with like friends, it's a tolerable price. You know, most cars are gonna fit at least four. $50 divided by 4 is not much money. You know, for most. I mean, it's still a good amount of money, but I think a manageable amount for an event, and mostly if you're going with multiple people. And from there, we transitioned to one of the events that I think now I've been 3 times, 4 times, 3 times. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna double check though, just to be sure. I think I've been to the event 3 times. Let's see, Kings Dominion. 3 times, correct? Right? Yes, I've been to Kings Dominion 3 times. First time was the opening night. Second time was for their Winter Wonderland Parade, or their Winterfest Wonderland Parade. And then the last time was for the media event, which was spectacular. We had a blast. That video, I thought, you know, from my experience, I enjoyed it so much. I was hoping it would do really well. It's done great. It's fine. But there's so much to see. If you really want to see what the event is like there, that's the video that I wish I would have put out first, so you guys could have got a real huge, like, holistic view of everything that there is to do, because that event is amazing. And we'll talk about all of our visits in just a second. I'm just going to pause real quick, make sure that, you know, the chat is copacetic, not going too crazy. Yep, chat's good. So I'll keep on going. Like I said, guys, just a reminder, you know, this is a live stream, and I really do enjoy doing these live streams with you guys. One of the big things that I enjoy about them is interacting with you guys in the chat. So if you guys have anything to ask, it doesn't necessarily all have to be related to the holidays. You know, you guys, I enjoy meeting you guys in person, and if you see me out in the park, please do say hi, and I'll give you one of the buttons if I have some. But I know that I don't get to meet everybody, so these are opportunities for us to interact. Make sure that, you know, you take advantage of it. I really do appreciate it. Hello, all good people. Is this all good people? Are there all good people in here? I think so. I'm just kidding. Dancing alone with rentals? I don't know what that reference is, but I kind of like it. But, so King's Dominion. So we started off opening night of King's Dominion. And I'm going to throw a question out there for those of you that are currently watching. Have you seen a consistent like Easter egg that I've been throwing in all my holiday thumbnails? If you have, cool, say it in the chat. It's something that I was just trying, see if anybody noticed. Nobody said anything, so I was like, maybe nobody's noticing what I'm throwing into my thumbnail. So now that I've pointed it out, if you go back and look, you'll see what it is. But I've been throwing in a little Easter egg in there to see if anybody saw any consistency within my thumbnail making for the holidays. We were there for the opening night of King's Dominion. Actually, I was there by myself for opening night of King's Dominion. I went with Monique to opening night of Busch Gardens, but by myself to the opening night of King's Dominion. So the first 2 visits to King's Dominion were very specific, you know. So kind of like when we went to Busch Gardens for the opening night, I didn't have an abundance of time, so I wanted to go experience it, make sure that I got the content for you guys and shared it. Monique's in the channel, or in the chat. That's my fiance, guys, who you guys have seen in the videos. Like I was saying, the opening night, she wasn't there, so I also wanted to hold back from doing certain experiences. Now that I think about it, opening night of Busch Gardens, we actually did a good amount of experiences. We tried different things, and we also had a photo with Santa. So Monique and I did do a good amount of stuff, and I think she had a good time. But this last time when we were at Kings Dominion, she had a really good time, I think. At least it seemed that way. We'll get there, though. So opening night of Kings Dominion, went by myself, and I didn't want to ruin the experience for myself for when I experienced it with Monique. So certain things like pictures with Santa and cookies with Miss Claus, I held back from doing. So I just went specifically to walk around, see the merriments walking around, interact with some of the characters, see the light shows and everything. And man, was there a lot to see. From the moment you enter King's Dominion, it is a spectacle. Actually, from the parking lot, it is ridiculous. Haha! But, all right, so the Pew 2. Yeah, so you hadn't caught it. Okay, so it was me who pointed it out that made you notice it, right? Monique knew it because I was playing around with it. Best way to work out at the gym is to be entertained while you clang and bang. Rob, are you watching me while you're at the gym right now? That's pretty awesome if you are. But yeah, Pew 2, that's exactly what it was. It was the moon and Santa. Yeah, I kept on putting that in the corner of almost every single video, unless it was like daytime, because obviously you wouldn't be able to see a white moon or it wouldn't look normal. I tried to make it look as normal as possible. I gave it like a little bit of like a night glow. But yeah, I had put the moon in basically everything except for where it didn't fit because it was daytime or I was indoors. And it has Santa shooting across in the sky. So if you look at all my holiday thumbnails, you'll see Santa in the background. But we get past the first night of going to King's Dominion. Like I said, entering King's Dominion, Winterfest, their entryway is amazing. But even it starts in the parking lot. There are so many lights. Jeez, it is overwhelming. I say this in my videos a lot, and you guys probably know what it is. Sensory overload. That is Winterfest at its best. That's the best description for Winterfest. Okay, this chat's a little delayed. I'll pay attention to the one on my phone. Sorry about that. I was just noticing that one chat was showing more than the other, or had was coming quicker than the other. But from the moment you enter the park, you have that beautiful ice skating rink. So the fountains that we always pay homage to when I walk into the park are transformed into this beautiful ice rink with all these like glamorous glowing lights all over the place. And then there's the characters that are walking around, as well as the backdrop of the Eiffel Tower turned into an amazing Christmas tree. And I just want to make sure I'm staying in focus too. Let's see. How was ice skating at King's Dominion's Winterfest? Hunter, we'll get there in just a second. That's the third visit that we actually ice skated. Oh, messing up my focus when I do that. Okay, all right. No hands in front of face. It blurs me out. Even leaving the parking lot to go home, Katie looks awesome. Yes, it really does. I cannot understate how, or overstate, sorry, understate. I cannot overstate how amazing Winterfest at King's Dominion is. Hello, Monique from the Pew 2. Yeah, the event is amazing. There's a lot to do. But once again, the second time when I went to visit the park, first time went opening night, went to check everything out, just visually take it in. Second time, got there. I actually came from work, and it was the opening night, or well, not the opening night. It was the first night of their Winterfest Wonderland parade. And so it wasn't their opening night, and it wasn't there the first couple nights. It was there the second weekend for the parade. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. Maybe it was just, a timing and a logistics thing that they had to do the parade a little bit later. But I wanted to make sure that once again, something new. I went and I captured it for you guys, for those of you that don't get to see it in person, and for those of you who want to see it before you go. And we got there maybe just a few minutes before the parade started, which the parade starts at 9 o'clock every night. We got there, we set up, and we filmed the parade. Parade is such a cool experience. One of the things that I really want to do at Universal Studios in Orlando is go check out like the Macy's Day Parade or the Universal Parade brought to you by Macy's or sponsored by Macy's, however it is that they word it. That parade looks amazing. The parade floats are spectacular. I mean, from the pictures, I could tell they are great. Monique says back, hi at the Pew 2. We will all meet eventually. Oh, yeah, because Monique wasn't with me last time. I was thinking for a second there that you guys didn't meet. But I met the Pew 2 in person. Amazing couple. And we'll meet again with Monique soon. But the parade is amazing at Universal Studios from what I see online. I've never had the chance to experience it in person. So I was really fiending seeing a parade since this year I won't be going to Universal Studios for their holiday event. And Kings Dominion did not let down. Now, Kings Dominion does have limitations because there's a lot more trees. It's not like Universal Studios. There's obstructions to having large floats up in the air. But they make do with their confinement or their restrictions, I guess you could say, better. Their floats look super cool. The float, the parade starts off with this big like train engine, and from there it's just a assortment of different floats with different characters dancing in between and amazing music. And the parade stops along the way for sing-alongs, which I don't think I've seen the Universal Parade do that, but I've also never watched the whole entire thing. So maybe it does stop along and do like sing-alongs, but I thought that was a really cool thing that Kings Dominion was doing. And that makes up for our second visit to Kings Dominion's Winterfest. And I gotta say, I was already extremely impressed, but I wasn't ready for what would happen when we went back for the media event. So I already knew from opening night that I was invited to the media event, and thank you so much to the amazing people at Kings Dominion, the staff at Kings Dominion. You guys are amazing. If any of you are watching, please pass this message along to your coworkers. I enjoy greatly running into you guys, interacting with you guys, and thank you so much for all the support that you guys show me. Like I said, we do have a box to open. And it's a media box that was sent to me by Kings Dominion. We'll be opening shortly. Maybe we'll open it as we talk about the third visit, because the third visit was so cool and overwhelming. Maybe we should do something that will, help me keep my mind off of it so I don't like cry tears of happiness. But yeah, the staff over there has been spectacular. So I kind of lost my train of thought and where I was. I know that I was thanking the staff over there, and I can't remember why, aside from the fact that they're amazing. We went back for the third night. Damn it. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about. But we were talking about Kings Dominion. So the third visit came about. And let's open this box. I'm super excited. I know Monique wanted me to open it yesterday, but I was able to hold off. Right, babe? If you're still in the chat, you tried to get me to open this. You were a bad influence, but I was able to have my wits about me. All right. So, third visit to Busch Gardens Kings Dominion was for their media event. And I was there also for their media event for House Cream. And those guys throw a hell of a media event, I'll tell you that much. The offerings and everything that they give you while you're there are so good. Like the food and just the accommodations that they make for you. The experience was amazing. We ended up getting like a cool like VIP seating area for the parade. So we were able to go about, because if you go on a busy day to Kings Dominion and you want to enjoy the park as well and everything that it has to offer, as well as see the parade from a good viewing area, that could be a challenge, and mostly on a busy day, because the viewing areas can get congested. So you may cut off from doing something in order to get back to the parade and get yourself a good spot and sit down for like 30 minutes, miss out on a potential opportunity to go see other things. But we were able to get a VIP viewing area, so we didn't have to worry about that. And I was super excited because I was like, oh, perfect. I'll be able to get a good angle for the vlog and for the viewers, as well as all the other things that we were able to do. We started off the night with, what's the first thing we did? Oh, yeah. So we met the like head chef, Dennis. Guy was super amazing. He had personality for days. Super cool guy. He saw me in front after the tree lighting ceremony, or right before the tree lighting ceremony, and said, Eddie. And I had never met him before, so I didn't know who he was at the time. But then he told me, introduced himself, said he watches the channel, and whenever that happens, honestly, guys, I'm blown away. I get like butterflies. I'm like a little schoolgirl. It warms my heart to know that somebody I don't know or have not met watches my channel. So it was really cool. Dennis was like super excited to meet me. Was asking me how the night was going. I was telling him, we're going to be here, we're going to be doing this, and then we'll see you at the end over at the viewing area for the parade, because he was going to be a part of the whole entire media event, and he was preparing all the food for the viewing area and whatnot. But he was kind enough to actually, tell me a little bit about the restaurants. They have the new restaurant, Grain and Grill, which we actually had gone to when King's Dominion opened after the pandemic. And we did a review of their food. But I've only ever been there once. And he was talking to me about it, telling me how it's all fresh food, fresh made, handmade and whatnot. And he said, hey, you guys want a quick tour? And, it's never something that I expect and never something that I want anybody to feel like they have to do for me. Because honestly, I'll go there and I'll pay for the food and I'll do the reviews. King's Dominion's that awesome. But it's really nice when people go out of their way and do that kind of thing. Although sometimes it does make me feel guilty. But that's a little insight to me. But he took us into Grain and Grill and gave us a little tour and gave us a little sampler plate. Now, when I say a little sampler plate, it ended up being a fairly large sampler plate because he gave us a good amount of everything. But I thought that was super cool, and the fact that I was bringing Monique along with me, and Monique got to experience that, I was like, oh, they're making me look cool, and she's probably all excited, so that was super awesome. Hold on, quick pause. Let's see. King's Dominion is my favorite home park. Hunter, I'm with you, man. It's an amazing park. I spread my love amongst a lot of parks, but King's Dominion is definitely up there. Box. All right, Pewtwo. My bad. I wasn't reading. I work at King's Dominion, and I can confirm it gets packed for the parade. I'm also one of the spotters in the parade. Oh, nice. What is it? Eternalness, welcome. I don't know if we've met, because obviously your YouTube name is not your name, but if we have, woo, okay. This is awesome. Okay, so it has a letter in it, and it has like a ton of like different like winterfest things on it, and then it says King's Dominion Winterfest on the opposite end, and it has like a little letter. Let's see if it says anything in particular to me. It says Happy Holidays with hashtag National Ugly Sweater Day coming up on December 17th. We wanted to make sure that you were properly dressed for the occasion. Winterfest at King's Dominion runs now through January 9th and is the perfect place to create lasting memories with the whole family. That is correct. Monique and I created some the last visit. And we'll continue to talk about that in just a second. This year, we're taking holiday cheer to the next level with our all-new Winterfest Wonderland Parade. That's another thing. The parade is new. A celebration brimming with dazzling displays, exciting performances, and extravagantly decorated holiday floats on select nights of Winterfest. If you haven't had the chance to experience the holiday magic of Winterfest, be sure to fill out our Media Pass form on our website. And I think that's where it kind of adds. Thank you for making this season back amazing. We couldn't have done it without you. Be sure to tag us when you wear your ugly sweater. Awesome. I did not know that it was Ugly Sweater Day on, or just, what is it? Ugly Sweater. Yeah, Ugly Sweater Day coming December 17th. I did not know that Ugly Sweater Day was December 17th, but now I am properly equipped. So I'll give you a view of what it came like. So it came just like this. Boom, when I opened it up. It looks like we have an ornament and some other goodies. So, bam, and I'm going to try not to mess it up too much because I do want to take some pictures of everything. So, came with this card on the top. I'll try to keep that nice and neat. Okay, let's see. We kind of met. I scared you during Haunt in Condemned. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate the scares. I enjoy them. That's the reason why I'm there. So thank you for scaring me. But if you see me without a mask, please say hi. What do you see inside the box? Okay. So I see several things. So, all right. So we'll start off. I'll show you guys the ugly sweater last. So it looks like we got a cool Winterfest ornament. Prior to using, please remove battery from the pull tab. Oh. So it's a light up glass ornament. Oh my God, it's glass? That is awesome. All right, so I gotta be careful with that, but it does say Winterfest on it. Let's see, can you guys see it? Am I showing the right up? Can you see it? It's on there. I promise it says Winterfest, and there's like little icicles. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it a little better. Kinda. It says Winterfest Wonderland Parade. And it's a light up glass ornament. That's awesome. And then it has some instructions on how to prepare it. Huh. Upside down. There you go. Eternalness, can't wait to see you either, my friend. It'll be awesome. And remind me, when you do see me, let me know that you were on this live. I won't forget. Oh, nice. And it's filled with all this like kind of like cool confetti stuff. Filler. Bam. Let me not drop the confetti all over the studio. Got some Winterfest gloves. Shabam. And for those who don't know, green is my favorite color, but I do love gray. Although green is my favorite color, I tend to like black and gray as far as like for wear. All right, so gloves. I'm trying to put everything back neatly back into the box as I take it out because I do not want to mess anything up. And I also want to take some pictures. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so check these out. So everything seems to be Winterfest Wonderland Parade themed. So we got this cool little bag right here. And what it has inside, sealed, is hand warmers. Very useful. And it does get pretty cold here in Northern Virginia. Last time when we were there for our third visit, it was cold. It was pretty cold. All right. So this is the part that's going to be tough. Alrighty. So now I'm pulling out the ugly sweater. I wonder how they knew my size before, because I wonder if they had seen me in person before they sent this, because I am, almost everybody does say you're a lot taller than I thought when they see me in person. I'm 6'2", and I know that doesn't come across in a sit-down video like this. So, all right, so they gave me an ugly sweater. Look at that. That's awesome. That's adorable. Look at this guy. And he has a gold chain. He's like a sweet Christmas thug. Look at him. I love it. Let's see. And I think the size is about right. So it actually has like your suit size on it. So it says L for large, but it says 42 to 44, which I am a 42 long in most suits. Obviously not those like fancy Italian like thin suits, but your typical suit. Awesome. I might have to wear this to the park as well. Maybe December 17th if it falls on a actual day that Winterfest is open. We'll have to wear this into the park and celebrate Ugly Sweater Day at Kings Dominion. Actually, now I'm curious. When is December 17th? Is it a weekday or a weekend? If it's a weekend, it's on like Donkey Kong Kings Dominion. I'm going to be all up in there. Oh, it's a Friday. Next Friday, to be exact. So there's a chance. There's a chance you might see my next vlog at King's Dominion, me wearing this beautiful, ugly sweater. And that's an oxymoron, right? Beautiful, ugly sweater. Is that what an oxymoron is? But thank you so much, King's Dominion, for sending this out. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what to say aside from thank you. Honestly, that it is amazing that I even get this type of thing. I'm blown away by the support from everybody. A lot of the time, it kind of feels like a dream. Like I'm just living the beginning of my dream, you know. Before I get too emotional, we'll put that to the side. That's awesome. We got a cool ugly sweater. We got some gloves. We got a glass ornament, a light up glass ornament. And I was talking about going back to Busch Gardens to get my ornament over there. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. We'll do the 17th is a Friday. Yeah, we noticed now. So I might be at King's Dominion with my ugly sweater. Your gingerbread man has a Cuban link chain. Is he a gingerbread man? I thought he was a teddy bear. Let's check. Monique knows me and my infatuation. He is a gingerbread man, isn't he? Huh. You're right. I believe it is a gingerbread man. I thought it was a teddy bear. But I've always wanted a Cuban link chain. I was born and raised in Hialeah in Miami. And that was kind of like your rite of passage as a Cuban male. Most of you, or not most of you, some of you may have seen, ever since I was like 4 years old, I've been wearing this necklace that my grandmother gave me, and it has the Cuban flag on it. Very proud Cuban American. But yeah, I have a small infatuation with Cuban link chains. Bet. All right, babe. Thanks for the support in the chat today. You're representing for me. I appreciate it. All right, so third visit to King's Dominion. Monique and I had a spectacular time. Please, babe, in the comments, confirm or talk about it. Opened up the night. We met Dennis. Got some cool snacks. Got to eat. I'll tell you a little bit about it, but if you guys really are interested, please go check out that video. That video I want to do so much better. I want all the videos to do really well just so I could continue to put this content out for you guys. It helps greatly build the channel up, and that's what I need to make this dream a reality. So the more support you guys give me, the better. But we went out there, and of course, I'll give back to you guys as well. So I'm out there getting the content for you guys. But Dennis meets up with us, takes us to Grain and Grill, gives us a quick overview, talks to us about how they make all the fresh food, how advanced the kitchen is, which they did have some really cool equipment back there, and then basically gave us a nice sampler. Monique and I got to enjoy it. They had a chicken with a cranberry chimichurri, or wait, was it a chimichurri? A cranberry. I think it was a cranberry chimichurri or something like that on top of the chicken. Delicious. It was like a cranberry sauce topping, but not like your typical cranberry sauce. Then we tried his he had an olive tapenade with pita. It was amazing, and he told us that was his wife's favorite, and one of the reasons why he makes it is for his wife. So I could see why his wife likes it so much. So we tried all the food. And then we saw the lighting of the Christmas tree. Amazing. Huge, spectacular. If you actually rent one of the igloos from the Igloo Village, price differs depending on the night. You may get chosen to actually light the tree or ride the Wonderland Parade, the Winterfest Wonderland Parade. So a young lady got chosen. She lit the tree. Boom. Big old 300-foot Eiffel Tower tree on. Amazing. Then we decided to do what I was fearing, which in hindsight, I was right to fear, which was ice skating. When I was in high school, I remember being decent at ice skating. I could skate backwards, I could skate forward, but as I've gotten older, my joints haven't worked as well. I'm not as fluid as I once was. We got out on the ice. I'm also flat-footed, so that doesn't help any. We got out on the ice with the ice skates, and I did like 3 laps, and my feet started to kill me. So I had to get off the ice, but it was a good opportunity for me to film Monique. Monique was loving it. She was out there doing spins and stuff, whatever. Just like that, by the way. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. But she did a couple more laps. I got to film her and whatever, so you guys could see what that experience is like. Really cool. The fact that you could go to the park and ice skate, I believe it's a $15 charge per individual to get your access onto the ice as well as your ice skates. I'm not sure if you could bring your own ice skates. I don't think so. That would be kind of weird to bring ice skates to the park, but I know that other places you could bring your own skates. Maybe, I don't know. I would look online and check their website if that's even an option. But $15 and you get your skates, I don't think is bad. Just rent the skates there. Yeah. From there, we went to visit Miss Claus at Miss Claus's kitchen for their cookie making or cookie decorating. We didn't make cookies. We just decorated them. You get this large box with 4 cookies, 3 different icings, white, red, and green, and 6 different sprinkles. Well, you don't get 6 different sprinkles, but you could choose from 6 different sprinkles and get them, and they'll come over and serve them to you and decorate your cookies. Monique and I had a little bit of a competition. I think she won. I'll kind of concede that her snowman seemed better than my Christmas tree. And that the cookies, there was a snowman, a Christmas tree, a teddy bear, and a stocking. Her snowman was very nice and detailed. If you're interested in seeing it, go check it out in the video. She did a really good job. Although it did take her a while. I was done like 5 minutes before her. Just saying. But we did that. We interacted with Miss Claus, which she was one of the sweetest characters there. It was so nice to interact with her. She came over, gave us feedback, talked to us about like different icings and how to, which one spreads easier and whatnot. Allowed us to take a picture with her. She was awesome. And she remembered us during the parade later on in the night. Best time ever. Food, ice skating, and parade, and cookies. So from Mrs. Claus's kitchen, we made our way to the back of the park. We started walking around, just enjoying some of the rest of the park. It was Monique's first time at Winterfest. So we went back and we rode the Blue Ridge Tollway, which had the 12 Days of Christmas. It's like the little gas cars that you could drive around, kind of like the ones that they have in Disney, where they're like on a track, so you can't really veer off, but you have a little bit of control, right? And you're going around in this like little like wooded area, and they have like the 12 Days of Christmas playing, which I am so terrible at the lyrics. If you want to figure that out, you'll see it in more than one of my videos. But we went through that. Super cool. I kind of wanted to go watch a show, but unfortunately, we got there right when the last show in the Kings Dominion Theater was playing, so we missed it. But that's the show that I want to see. So we went from the Blue Ridge Tollway. We went to go see the camels again. Yeah, so we had seen the camels. Monique had seen it in my vlog that we saw the camels. And we decided, all right, let's go back. She wanted to say hi to the camels. Oh, yeah, and she dropped her cookie. Yeah, and I caught that on camera. It was a little satisfying because she had beat me so bad with the decorating and the details. So I laughed. But then from the Blue Ridge Tollway, we went and we saw the camels. We fed the animals. We paid our $3 and actually gave them food, unlike the first time where I just teased them. And they came up to my camera to like lick it. And the camels there are amazing. They're beautiful. They're fluffy, very like well kept, awesome animals, and they're like they have a really cool temperament. From there, we went back to the viewing area, and that's kind of where everything ends. We went to the viewing area, saw Dennis again, ate some food, ate fried cheesecake, which was spectacular, and then watched the parade. Parade was amazing, and that's where our night ended. And that kind of makes up everything. except for one last thing, I also went to another. I did another vlog at another event that I got invited to called Luminosity, and Luminosity is here in Northern Virginia. It's another event, kind of like Bull Run, but instead of you driving through, you walk through. Check it out on the channel. They have it in New York as well. I think New York is where it originated. And then over in Reston, Virginia is where they have expanded to. And I'm not sure if they've expanded even more or those are the only two currently. But a show that I would definitely recommend checking out. That's the show I work at. Charlie Brown, Christmas Spectacular, 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30. Yeah, Eternalist. That's the show that I missed. I literally got on like the tollway probably like at like 7:40. Which is fine. Gives me a reason to come back. I haven't been able to see any of the like indoor shows. Not that there's many, but any of the indoor show. Sorry, English is my second language. Indoor shows at King's Dominion. But I want to go back to check that one out. Yeah, so we finished off with Luminosity, which is the last vlog that you will see that has posted on the channel. It was a good time. Luminosity. I mean, I enjoy my time at all these Christmas style events. They're super cool. I love just walking around and taking in the sights, and they all have plenty of sights to see. I mean, it's a light show, but that kind of makes up everything as far as like what we've done. We've done Bull Run, we've done Busch Gardens, we've done King's Dominion's Winterfest, Busch Gardens, Christmas Town. Those are the two that we've frequented the most and will be frequenting a few more times before the holiday time is over. I hope to potentially add in another visit to a different park for their Christmas event. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be possible or not, but I am going to attempt it. It's not going to be something super far, but I am a Cedar Fair Platinum card holder, so I can go to any of the Cedar Fair parks. One of them being in North Carolina, which isn't too far from me. It's about like a 5-hour drive. So potentially go out that way. It's Carowinds for their Winterfest, or go to Six Flags in Maryland and check out their, I don't know what theirs is called, Winterfest, Christmas Town, I don't know. But just add in another park and its Christmas event. And it'll be kind of cool because I like going for the first time and kind of being surprised. But yeah, that kind of, knock over my lights. That kind of does it for everything that we've done and everything that we're going to do. You know, and I had fun chatting with everybody. Anybody have any additional questions before we end it? It's been just about a few minutes over an hour. I don't want to hold you guys up too much. If you don't have any particular questions, or if a question comes up later, I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Obviously on Facebook or on YouTube as well in the comment sections. But if you want to reach out to me, I am very responsive. I respond to all my comments, and I respond to all my direct messages. For the meantime, I do it personally because I am not getting an absurd amount, but the ones that I do get, I do respond to personally. So make sure to follow me on all my social medias. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. Once again, thank you guys for jumping on this live stream. So far, the holiday time has been a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to all the theme parks that have welcomed me and that have been amazing, specifically King's Dominion for sending out this media package. Thank you so much. This means the world to me that anybody would send me anything. And it means the world to me that any of you guys even recognize me when I'm out there. It's super cool. I'll see you guys around. I hope you guys enjoyed coming around. I'll see you guys on the next one, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained? All right, guys. See you later, alligator.